Morning, it's about 9:30, all set for a big adventure. Southern Ranges, Precipitous Bluff, out to the coast, about 8 days. Starting off, looks like a good day, but I reckon it's going to be windy on top. I've stashed the key in the car, don't forget that, and put a bike in the bush so I can find my way back to the car hopefully. Pack is properly weighty, about 19 kilos, which will be a novelty for me. I haven't done that for a while. Got that little bit of start of long walk nervous energy. Let's go. Just spotted a lyrebird. He ducked across the track here. Where are you? Just popped into the bush here. There's a bear up ahead. Hear that noise? I've been going just on an hour, pretty steep on the way up. You can see by the sweat on my brow, I've been mentally going through everything I probably didn't need to bring because the pack is very different than normal. I've been, I reckon I came up with about 2 kilos of superfluous things. 2 caps, 2 hats. Why did I bring 2 hats? Oh, but hopefully some of the things will be nice, like the book and camp shoes and things that I don't normally bring. Been amazing wild lyrebirds, so stopped to just listen to some of those. There's a lot, as you can see I'm walking around now, a lot of fallen timber, recent fallen, that's a bit annoying. Anyway, I've just come up, hopefully that's the first part of the steep part. I'm sure there's more, there always is. Here's a track, you can see the amount of fallen timber. Anyway, nice to be out of the wind. I'm sure it's going to be windy when I get up there. All right, push on. I'm about an hour 45 in, little campsite cut into the trees and just popping out of the forest now. Still got about 200 more metres to climb, I think, up there onto the ridge, and then that's Moonlight Ridge. Here's a bit of climbing heath, endemic to Tasmania, the only species in its genus, and closest related is something in Chile, South America, obviously. And they're once attached. Time for the hat now, and time for a bit of mud too. Love these little coral lichen gardens. So cute. Very first views of the trip. Pretty misty. It could be sea mist, but more likely fog, not fog, smoke from bushfires around Bronte Park yesterday, the day before. Cresting out now. Wind is definitely picking up. I think I'm going to have to get used to that next couple of days according to the weather forecast. Not sure when the fire was that burned out all these little trees. I mean, they look very white, but it's been just a few years ago when we had bushfires everywhere. This is bullfrog tarn. I can hear a little bullfrog in the distance, but I'm sure the wind's drowning it out. And I think that's Perouse in the background, about 2.5 hours in. Plenty of tadpoles. Plenty of frogs. Where are the snakes? Haven't seen one yet. There's been plenty of water on the track, so I'm pretty glad I bought my boots over the shoes, and all goes well for finding water. Some of the drier spots, I don't think that's going to be a problem, which is great. I've got this to Moonlight Creek, or it's a tributary of the main creek. Good chance to check how I'm going compared to my guidebook. Obviously the ubiquitous John Chapman, Southwest Tassie, who I actually bumped into a week or so ago on the track out to Frenchman's. Anyway, he said 3.5 to 5 hours to here. It's taken me about 3 hours 10, which is really good. I think I'm usually a little bit faster on the uphills, and yeah, probably about the same on the flats. I think my trekking poles really help with that. I got them for my knees on the way down, but they're fantastic on the way up as well, where you can really lean forward into them, hold your wrist and forearm stiff, and use your body weight to push into them, and it's like having four-wheel drive. And they're also, yeah, ridiculously good on the button grass plains that I've just been walking on, where it's kind of like having outriggers on a canoe, where you're always walking off camber and trying to avoid the muddy puddles by stepping on the side and, you know, sliding in, and so they really help keep your balance. And they're part of the poles are needed for my new tent, so I need to bring them anyway. I think it's time for lunch, and then onwards to Pigsty Ponds, which is about another 2.5 hours. So going to hopefully get there in good time today. Must have been some rain last night, because the track's got a pretty good little flow to it. Making for hill 1 and the little gap in the cliff line, and we're going to go up there and slide around to the right. Starting to get there. It's very obvious where the burnt patch is, the different coloration. It's really noticeable. Just like that. A little bit of track work out of the middle of nowhere. Awesome. Beautiful. Alpine garden. First cushion plant. Oh, lovely. First views of PB. Well, this bit's quite exhausting. Really boggy underneath too. Not sure what that valley is down there. It's a pretty cool rock slide. Relatively recent. There's all the here are all the trees that have been ripped out, but some new ones have started growing, so obviously a couple of years ago, but slowly shrinking, that mountain. It's the hippo. Too far to Pigsty Ponds. There's Perouse, and that's the hippo out there, which I've been to before, so I'm not going to do that this time. It's just a short little drop down into Pigsty Ponds and set up camp. reckon we're only about 10 minutes away from camp for the night. The lovely Pigsty Ponds. He's windy. Could be worse. Look at this mudstone. Well, here we are. Very boggy. Well, not boggy. Damp underfoot. Ah, here's some harder campsites. So this will be home for the night. Semi-sheltered, I'd say, but it's nowhere near as windy as up on the ridge lines. Let's hope we can trust the water. People haven't been doing their number twos too close to it. How about this for a campsite? Oops, fantastic. Here's the other choice. Totally sheltered, this one. And water views. But it's kind of enclosed. And here's option number 3, waterfall campsite. Well, waterfall camp went out and it's awesome. Tried this out for the first time and I reckon it's charged from 50% to 70% in 30 minutes. Brilliant. Worth carrying the weight. A little bit of cloud just rolling in. Hopefully that's just temporary because this is such a beautiful spot. So I'm just having a look at what fish live in the little stream, if any, and find this. Uh-oh. See if I can avoid falling in while I film this. Gators, see the summit. Dinner's done and I'm nearly ready for bed. Good first day, pretty good weather, lovely night. It's really clear. I reckon there's going to be a bit of condensation around and full moon. Hopefully that's not so bright, keeps me awake. Decide tomorrow whether to go up low Perouse, but the body feels all right. Yeah, quite a long, tough day. Was getting used to the weight of the pack at the end of the day. Alrighty, let's see you tomorrow.